What if I told you that one of the biggest mysteries in ancient history isn't what the Anunnaki were, it's how much confusion surrounds them today, right? If you spent any time online, you've probably heard incredible claims, right? Some people say the Anunnaki were ancient aliens, right? Others say they created humanity, right? They came from a mysterious planet called Nibiru and ruled the earth thousands of years ago. But here's the question. What do the oldest surviving texts actually say? Let's go back nearly like 5,000 years to ancient Mesopotamia, often called the cradle of civilization. This region, located in parts of modern-day Iraq, Syria, and Turkey, was home to the Sumerians, one of the world's earliest civilizations, right? They developed one of the first known writing systems called the cuneiform, pressing wedge-shaped symbols into clay tablets, right? Those tablets tell us about kings, trade, laws, floods, creation stories, and a group of divine beings known as the Anunnaki, right? The word Anunnaki is generally understood to mean something like the offspring of An, right? With An being the Sumerian sky god. Look, in the oldest Sumerian text, like I'm not making this up, the Anunnaki are not described as astronauts from another planet. They're described as powerful deities associated with the heavens, the earth, and the underworld, right? Different texts give them different roles. Sometimes they advise the gods, like sometimes they judge the dead. Sometimes they help maintain order in the universe, right? It's the Anunnaki, like many mythological figures, their roles change depending on the story, right? But one of the most famous Mesopotamian myths in the epic of Assyriologists is this story. The lesser gods become exhausted from doing hard labor. To solve the problem, the gods create humans to perform that work, right? This is one reason some people today say the Anunnaki created humanity. Think about it. But look, it's more important to understand what the text is. It's a religious creation story, part of Mesopotamian mythology. Not a historical document describing verified events. Now let's talk about one of the biggest claims you've probably heard. Nibiru. Many people believe that Anunnaki came from a distant planet called Nibiru. That idea became widely known through the writings of Zechariah Sitchin, whose published books beginning in the 1970s. Sitchin argued that the Anunnaki were extraterrestrials who visited Earth and genetically engineered human beings. Go read that. His books became extremely popular and inspired countless documentaries, podcasts, and internet discussions. But here's what most Assyriologists, the scholars who study ancient Mesopotamian languages and texts, say. They do not agree with Sitchin's translations, right? They don't agree with his translations. According to mainstream scholarship, the cuneiform tablets do not describe the Anunnaki as space travelers, nor do they describe Nibiru as a home planet for alien visitors. Instead, references to Nibiru in ancient texts are interpreted in different ways depending on the context. In some cases, it refers to a celestial object or point associated with the sky, but not as an inhabited planet bringing alien gods to Earth. So why does this mystery continue to capture our imagination? Okay, because the Sumerians possess remarkable knowledge. Okay, they built cities, developed mathematics, created legal systems, studied astronomy, and left behind thousands of clay tablets that we're still translating today. I mean, every new discovery teaches us more about how these ancient people understood the world, right? And sometimes the real history is just as fascinating as the legends. So were the Anunnaki ancient aliens? Or based on the oldest surviving texts, we don't have evidence that they were, but the earliest records describe them as gods within the religious beliefs of ancient Mesopotamia. Think about that. Could future discoveries change our understanding? History has surprised us before. Right? Archaeologists continue to uncover new artifacts and scholars continue to study ancient writings, right? But for now, the evidence points to the Anunnaki as mythological deities, not confirmed extraterrestrial visitors. The story of the Anunnaki reminds us of something important. Ancient civilizations asked the same big questions we ask today. Where did we come from? Why are we here? Who created us? Whether you see the Anunnaki as mythology, symbolism, or something more, one thing is certain: the story has survived for thousands of years, and it continues to inspire curiosity around the world. Hey, if you enjoy exploring ancient mysteries through history, archaeology, and evidence, subscribe to the Conscious Signal. Because sometimes the greatest mystery isn't what we don't know. It's discovering what the ancient world was really trying to tell us. Till next time.